is my last resort. Suffocation, no breathing. Don't give a fuck if I cut my own bleeding. This is my last resort. Cut my life into pieces. I've reached my last resort. Suffocation, no breathing. Don't give a fuck if I cut my arm bleeding. Do you even care if I die bleeding? Would it be wrong, would it be right? If I took my life tonight, chances are that I might. Mutilation out of sight, and I contemplated suicide. Cause I'm losing my sight, losing my mind. Wish somebody would tell me I'm fine. Losing my sight, losing my mind. Wish somebody would tell me I'm fine. This is my last resort. I never realized I was spread too thin, till it was too late and I was empty within. Hungry, feeding on chaos and living in sin. Downward spiral, where do I begin? It all started when I lost my mother. No love for myself and no love from another. Searching to find a lover on a higher level. Finding nothing but questions and devil. Cause I'm losing my sight, losing my mind. Wish somebody would tell me I'm fine. Losing my sight, losing my mind. Wish somebody would tell me I'm fine. Nothing's alright, nothing is fine. I'm running and I'm crying. I'm crying. I'm crying. I'm crying. I'm crying. Cut my life into pieces. This is my last resort. Suffocation, no breathing. Don't give a fuck if I cut my own bleeding. Cause I'm losing my sight, losing my mind. Wish somebody would tell me I'm fine. Losing my sight, losing my mind. Wish somebody would tell me I'm fine. Nothing's alright, nothing is fine. I'm running and I'm crying. I can't go on
Do we miss CM Punk yet? I don't know, man. Show felt different to me without Phil backstage. AEW Collision. What am I doing here on a Saturday night, you ask? I don't know, man. Blame Jesse. He's the one who wanted to cover this shit tonight. He called me up. He's like, JD, listen, bro. I can't watch Impact tonight, man. I just don't have it in me. My heart is not in it, man. Collision is a much better show than Impact, he told me. He's like, we got to do it. Phil's not there. I got to do it. I got to celebrate. I got to become a young buck for the night, man. We got to throw our hands in the air and start. This is exactly what he told me. I got the text messages to back it up. Samoa Joe is one step closer to MJF in New York City. Roddy basically broke Darby's back tonight. We got open challenges. We got open challenges. We got more open challenges, man. Holy fucking shit. Maybe I should have an open challenge and see who hosts the next fucking show. Ladies and gentlemen, it's a Saturday night. Jesse's got his alcoholic adult cold beverage. I do not. I'm still not well. But I got my liquid death. It's ice cold. Hopefully you guys got the same thing. We're going to the beer garden. Jesse and I are going to talk this shit down. And I got one question for you on this Saturday night. What the fuck are you guys drinking? We'll see you over there.
Is AEW successful? Why is Tony Khan running his promotion better than Vince McMahon and Bruce Pritchard are running Monday night and Friday night? Long-term booking.
What is going on, guys? Thank you so very much for stopping by the channel once again this evening. This is your AEW Collision post show for September 9th, 2023. I am your host, JD from New York, as always, coming to you live from the OTS Beer Garden. Thank you guys so very much for joining me on your Saturday nights, wherever you may be, joined by my very good friend. He's got his Impact hat on tonight. Jesse, what's going on, man?
You better tell these people the truth before I show my damn phone under this damn screen, man.
Oh, my God. Listen, man, you called me up. You said, yo, bro, we got to cover Collision tonight, man. It looks like a fantastic show, you told me.
I got the screenshot right. I'm not even going to block your phone number. I'm just going to put your phone number on the fucking internet. I'm sure plenty of people would love that.
Oh,
one,
yeah,
man.
I'm sure they would, man. Listen, I texted Jesse this morning. I'm like, bro, I feel like covering Collision tonight, man. Let's do it. He's like, Oh man, I want to cover Impact. I don't know what was going on with Impact, but
Victory Road was yesterday.
well, what'd they have tonight?
Nothing. I just hadn't covered Victory Road yet.
Oh, that was last night. Okay, they had Victory Road last night. Was that the show from the Westchester County Center?
Yeah, is that the one in White Plains?
Yeah,
that's the one.
yeah, it's the one I did not want to go to.
Yeah, wait. I think no. I think White Plains is.
Yes, that's the Westchester County Center. Yes.
Well, yeah. I'm not sure if Victory Road was at White Plains.
Well, who cares? How many people were there? 5?
Because they said it's Impact 1000 is this week.
Yes, that was tonight.
That was tonight.
Yes.
That was last night.
Well, wherever. I don't know. I saw a clip of Awesome
Okay,
Kong stroll out to the ring in a fucking wheelchair, man. I mean, holy shit.
Yeah. That was this week. Okay, yeah. Chat says this week. Yeah. So if you noticed that text you sent me, I didn't reply back right away.
Yeah.
Because I sat and just looked at it and shook my head for about a half hour. I'm like, I don't know what the fuck. Why do you want to cover this shit?
I don't know, man. Listen, man. I don't know why I make the decisions that I make sometimes. Really, I mean, we don't even have 1,000 people in here yet, man. Is it even worth it to cover this fucking show on a weekly basis? The answer is no. The answer is no.
Because it's Saturday night and the weather is perfect out right now, man.
I know. Listen, man.
There's a block party going on outside my window.
Listen, man, we're the only geeks in here. Look, we got 1,000 people. We just hit 1,000 people in here, man. So we got some people in here that give a shit about what's going on Saturday night.
All right. I'm going to... Look, it's my Saturday night, and I plan on having a couple of drinks.
That's fine, man. We're gonna have some fun here, man. We're gonna have some fun. You know, you told me...
I'm going to put something in the chat. I want you to pin it.
You told me it's Saturday night. People are not home. They're out. The weather's beautiful. You know, that's the same feeling that I got watching Collision tonight, Jesse. I feel like they basically, as a company, threw their hands in the air or are going to throw their hands collectively in the air for the rest of the fall and winter seasons and say, you know what? We're not going to be able to compete with whatever else is going on. There's a UFC show tonight. There's college football tonight. I don't know what else is going on tonight. So, you know, AEW is not going to really put their best foot forward because they know they're going to get absolutely destroyed in the ratings, and no one's going to end up watching this shit or caring about it whatsoever. So that's the feeling I got tonight, man. And I don't want to be a Debbie Downer. I don't want to be a negative Nancy here tonight. But the first hour of the show, bro. I mean, what are you doing? What is that?
Fireworks outside from the fucking block party.
There's fireworks? What do they shoot fireworks off? There's no holiday.
Block party around Chicago is a holiday, man.
Well, you want to go have fun? Go ahead. You just sit there and fucking, I'll just look at your AEW Collision green screen, man. Nobody will notice you're gone.
Hey, this is fun, bro.
Oh, you mean being at a block party drinking and getting drunk with no regrets is not fun?
Yeah. Why do all of that, man? I could be right here.
I don't know.
Where the wrestlers appreciate me when I see them in person. They're so nice.
Oh, yeah, man. Yeah. So much that they want to fucking DDT you right there in the fucking lobby.
Basically, yeah.
I don't know, man. The first half of this show tonight, again, I don't want to be negative for the people that may actually watch this show and enjoy it. You know, one of the reasons why I wanted to cover it tonight specifically was to see how the show is going to translate from one full week without you-know-who being there since he got fired. Man, the first hour of the show tonight, they gave us basically Ring of Honor / AEW Dark for the first hour, where none of the matches in the first hour meant anything for long-term story. Nothing.
I can't disagree with that.
That's not really what we signed up for on Saturday night, though, bro. That's my point. This is not what we signed up for. We thought that this was going to be, you know, an extension somewhat to Dynamite. I didn't really want it to be an extension of Dynamite. I wanted it to be something completely different, especially when Punk was there. I thought the brand split or the soft brand split was working for AEW. I think that would benefit them greatly. But, man, you know, that's the last thing I want to see this show be reduced to is just filler fucking matches because they know they don't stand the chance against the other competition on a Saturday night.
I'll give it this much. I don't know what the normal structure and rhythm is of Collision because I have not consistently watched this show. I mean, I unless I'm doing this stream, I don't watch it live. And some mornings I forget to watch it the next day. So I can't compare it to any other collisions, but I can't argue with you on the first hour being really slow. Because it did feel really slow, like nothing. I don't think anything of real importance came along until the Darby and Nick Wayne stuff happened.
Yeah.
And that was about it. Because yeah, Moxley's doing open challenges now, which is I mean, I don't know if they plan on turning Moxley into the new Darby. He's already nursing an injury after his like second defense, and they talking about how beat up he is. He had 2 defenses. This guy's walked through like electric blowing up cages and showed up on the next show, but on his first international title defense, he's already feeling the pain. You know, it's
So let's start there because I don't even think I'm going to review the first half of the show. I mean, we'll just go over what happened and who was in the matches and who won. You know, these open challenges. Let's start there. Moxley won the international championship from Orange Cassidy. Great match at All Out. Absolutely great match. And a lot of people were happy about that, to see Orange Cassidy lose. Moxley is the type of guy that should be beating Orange Cassidy, so on and so forth. Yet here we are, Jesse, and we are now basically 1 week removed from All Out. And the International Championship goes right back to being in open challenges. Moxley is, quote-unquote, nursing an injury, basically the same story that Orange Cassidy's entire title reign was built off of. Moxley should not be in the ring with somebody like Action Andretti, who's been reduced to Ring of Honor Dark on a fucking streaming platform in front of 30 people. I mean, I don't really want to see Moxley wrestle these low-card guys that can't even make it to AEW Dynamite. Yet we got him on Collision for the first time, or the second time, because CM Punk is not there. He's probably one of those guys that was banned from the building while Punk was there. Now he's on the show. They should have him doing something a little bit more important. They should not be reducing Moxley's title reign to open challenges. Moxley is better than an open challenge. You got a built-in story here with Rey Fenix, who's seeking revenge on the Blackpool Combat Club. Why does Jon Moxley need to wrestle every week? And why does Jon Moxley need to defend that championship against nobodies like Action Andretti?
yeah. Pin my last chat for me.
Yeah.
So again, I can't really disagree with that one either. I mean, here's the problem. If we're gonna get Mox in a match on Collision, I think it does need to be of somewhat importance. I mean, it doesn't have to be groundbreaking importance, but it should at least, at the very, very, very bare minimum, it should be progressing a storyline. All right. If you're gonna put Mox out there against someone, why are we wasting our time with Action Andretti? I mean, it's not like you were pushing him prior to his match with Mox on anything of importance. Okay. I haven't seen Dante Martin in what feels like years. Because I don't watch ROH. I'm sure they're probably doing something on ROH or whatever the case may be.
Who cares?
But I've not seen it.
Who cares?
Who cares? So yeah, we know who Mox is. We know he is, not even arguably the toughest motherfucker in AEW. We know this. So why is he in a bullshit match on a live Saturday night show where you're trying to get the attention of viewers? This is not grabbing my attention.
No, it's not grabbing anybody's attention. And Jesse's correct. It's not grabbing anybody's attention. It's never going to grab anybody's attention. And the only reason why Moxley was in a match tonight against Action Andretti was because it was in Cleveland, Ohio. That's where Collision was tonight. And that is basically stomping grounds for Jon Moxley. That doesn't mean he needs to wrestle on the show. Jon Moxley, he produced a better segment after Bryan Danielson was attacked by Ricky Starks and Big Bill tonight than anything he did in his match with Action Andretti. Why are you giving us this garbage, open challenge nonsense? I mean, As a fan of this company, I'm genuinely sick and tired of the fucking open challenges, because all the open challenges do for me is tell me, hey, we're the creative team in AEW. We don't give a shit, and we don't have any fucking creativity whatsoever, which then goes back to what Jesse talked about when we were talking about the All Out post show. And Tony Khan basically admitted to everybody in the post-show media scrum that he's going to start taking less and less influence and advice from the online media circuit, because the pay-per-views always end up being bangers. So I guess what Tony Khan told Jesse and I and everybody else on Sunday night was, shows like this are able to get a pass and a bye because the pay-per-views is all anybody's going to give a shit. So why am I going to go out of my way to sit here and watch this fucking garbage on a Saturday night if there's nothing of value here?
Yeah, by that logic, the ratings will never, ever, ever get better.
No.
I mean, if I'm listening to what you're saying, I will casually watch it if I have absolutely nothing better to do. And other than that, I'll just wait till the pay-per-views, and I'll get them, and I'll be entertained, and I'll be happy, and I'll stop watching the TV shows.
There is more to pro wrestling than just banger matches. There is. Like, I don't know. That's a loud fucking firework, bro. Holy shit. Wow, you weren't kidding. There is more to pro wrestling than just banger matches, and I am disappointed with the lack of creativity, especially with someone like Jon Moxley, who beat Orange Cassidy for that international championship, has been propelled to the second most important title in the company, and you're going right back to doing absolutely nothing with it. I want more, especially out of someone like Jon Moxley holding that championship. Then we go on to Chris Statlander, Jesse. Chris Statlander has 2 title defenses in this week. She wrestled on Wednesday, and she wrestled tonight against Robin Renegade. Now, I tweeted on X, on Twitter, whatever you guys are calling it. I still call it Twitter. I said, through the first half an hour, this show is very similar to AEW Dark. This is not really what I signed up for on a Saturday night. Chris Statlander is great. I want to see more of Chris Statlander. But Jesse and I have stated multiple times we want to see more substance with Chris Statlander. Another open challenge against somebody, Jesse, and Robin Renegade, who you've been very high on the Renegade Twins when you were watching AEW Dark. And I know they have a lot of potential, but this is not exactly the right way to use. Who the fuck is Robin Renegade to this audience? We haven't seen Robin Renegade on any of the main shows in God knows how long. And if they have any potential, bro, what type of presentation is this tonight? And again, a second match in the first half an hour with Chris Statlander and Jon Moxley, this time with Chris Statlander, that meant absolutely nothing to anything. Like another open challenge for the TBS Championship.
Yeah, no, I agree. When we first hopped on and we talked tonight, you know, you and probably a lot of other people around were saying, well, why are we getting Robin Renegade? You know, this makes no damn sense. And I'm like, well, yeah, I mean, in the way they're presenting her to us, yeah, it makes no sense. I mean, like you said, I've been so high on the Renegade sisters for a while, and hoping that they get some kind of full-time action, some kind of storyline, hopefully being Thunder Rosa's heavy. You know, even at the end of this match, when we got, you know, Jade returning, I thought maybe they were going to use them as Jade's heavy. I think they would be the nice little nucleus for a little female faction, you know, get rid of, you know, this outcast crap altogether and start something else with the Renegade Twins and a very popular female star. Hopefully Thunder Rosa, because they already have ties. So I was kind of worried that they were going to get Jade, because Jade is known for having a stable around her at all times. But they're just not presenting the Renegade Twins to us correctly. Like, in this presentation, I don't want to see them at all.
Yeah.
I don't want to see them at all. If you're just going to make a jobber match out of this, I mean, give it to a local indie talent and put it on ROH. I mean, why are we getting this on Saturday night's live TV show?
Like, I mean, I'm just dumbfounded at these decisions. You know, people are making fun of Tony Khan that he fired his GM in GM Punk. I mean, it certainly feels that way through the first fucking hour of this show tonight. This was legitimately the first Collision I watched in weeks, because we were traveling and I was sick and I didn't really cover the show, and there wasn't really anything that happened in the previous weeks that made me say, oh man, I got to go back and watch Collision. I missed
something big. I didn't really miss anything. Again, I said this on Wednesday. I could watch banger matches anywhere. I don't need to watch specifically banger matches. I signed up here for pro wrestling and storytelling. Where's the storytelling? We know AEW can deliver pro wrestling. We need the storytelling. Robin Renegade and Chris Statlander is not storytelling. Jon Moxley and Action Andretti is not storytelling. I mean, that's just fucking people in creative throwing names in a card just for the sake of filling TV time. Then I got geeks trying to argue with me. Oh, well, you tweeted that and it aged like bad milk. Jade Cargill came out. Who gives a fuck? Nobody gave a shit about Jade when she was there. Now everybody wants to make believe that they give a shit about Jade Cargill because she got welcome back chants. Who gives a fuck about Jade Cargill? She adds nothing to the division, and when she was gone, half of you didn't even realize she was missing.
Yeah, I don't mind Jade coming back.
Please.
But Jesus Christ, they waited for me to start talking?
I don't know what's going on out there, man. This is some, You sure it's fireworks?
That's a good point.
Who knows, man?
Hold on. So,
It's pretty fucking loud over there. Holy shit.
let me close my window.
Jesse's closing his window here. We're talking about Jade Cargill coming back against Statlander and basically laying her out with Jaded holding up the TBS championship. Oh man, I can't wait to see that second title reign.
Yeah, I don't mind seeing Jade back. I mean, if Jade's back, then I at least feel like they have the sense of urgency to do something important with her because they put Jade on that high of a pedestal. I'm just worried that she was really close to Chris Statlander. And Stat didn't even get to do anything with that fucking title yet.
No.
So
No,
that's what I'm kind of worried about.
Yeah, they basically did it for shock value when they took it off of Jade. They needed to end the reign. And now that Jade is back or ready to come back and needs to serve whatever remaining time she has on her contract, they can't find anything else for her to do because, like Jesse said from day one, that championship was created for her. So when she lost it, she felt like a lost soul. And now that she's back, she can't do anything else because what else is there for her to do? She can't go after the main women's championship. Nobody wants to see that. She's green as fucking grass. She's not going to survive in the upper echelon of that division. And now she's back doing the TBS title thing, Jesse. It just reeks of laziness. It just, there's nothing exciting there. I can't bring myself to invest in the same shit. And I feel for Chris Statlander if that's the case, because if we do get a match here, we're going to get a full-fledged match, not some 30-second squash and shock value. You know, Statlander's not going to really hold that championship past Jade. I just can't see Jade losing upon returning here. Seems like Chris Statlander is going to be a transitional champion with no substance to this title reign.
Yeah, I kind of have to agree with that. It does feel like that they're going to put that title right back on her real soon.
Yeah.
And since they are, known for, transitional title changes, I kind of feel like that's in the works. And that's really bad. Because if they want to bring Jay back and do something else other than have her get that title, she would have debuted in a different way other than right there with Chris Statlander.
Yeah.
So kind of worried about that, to be honest. Don't like that at all.
And the rest of the show, the second hour wasn't bad at all. The second hour was more Collision than the first hour. I don't know what the fucking first hour was, but we got the Grand Slam tournament semifinals. We got Roddy versus Darby. We got Samoa Joe versus Pentagon Jr. And we're going to go over that. Bryan Danielson and Ricky Starks had a very good in-ring segment together. Bryan Danielson is the first name that has been announced for Wrestle Dream, their new pay-per-view concept, tribute show to Antonio Inoki. He gets his match. He's choosing his opponent. We'll go over who that is, and we'll break that down a little bit later. We got FTR, who's now getting involved in the open challenge business, which I don't really understand. So we'll go over that as well. And not really much else happened on Collision tonight. So we are going to get into all that. I felt like the breakdown of the promo segments were very effective tonight, more so than the in-ring. So we're going to go over what happened with several of these segments. Claudio and Eddie had a great sit-down as well. The show flowed well. The show was basically what we've come to know and appreciate about AEW Collision in the first 2.5 months. But man, oh man, where's the talent that we signed up for here? It's basically, Tony Khan taking the free reins to now book the show, which he was doing, but he had heavy influence from who. And I just feel like it's definitely more of a mixed bag instead of just being its own thing. I think I was starting to enjoy it being its own thing, Jesse, instead of being a little bit of Ring of Honor, a little bit of Dynamite, I really do like the fact that you watch Collision and you see certain names that you don't see during the week, and I don't really want to see them move away from that.
I get that, and they did say they were going to end that, the brand split. I like how they call it a brand split instead of calling it what it really was, and you can't put everybody in the same building split. But, sooner or later and eventually we're going to have to get over the fact that he's not here anymore.
Yeah.
And just move on from it. We can't compare every show to what it was when he was here. I mean, let's do a show without him. I mean, entirely. I mean, just he's a non sequitur at this point. It's gone.
Yeah.
So this is what we're gonna get. Maybe the rosters are gonna be merged now. Maybe they have a new change of direction altogether. I don't fucking know. I just know the first hour, like you said, it was not all that great. It was inconsequential, and it could have just been omitted, and this could have been a 1-hour show.
Yeah.
It shouldn't be that way. I mean, it should be important. I mean, you got these men and women flying out to your destination to produce live TV. Make it important.
Well, now that he's got anybody that he is, able to use, the show should be a lot better then, no? I mean, instead of getting nothing matches with no substance, I mean, this should open up the floodgates for them to tell bigger stories and take stories that are happening on Dynamite and tell those stories over Collision instead of just throwing random matches on TV with absolutely no meaning. I mean, this is why I appreciated the one solo brand away from Dynamite. We got their own stories going on, and Dynamite has their own thing going on. Now it's just a mixed bag, and it just looks like it's unorganized. I don't know, man. Maybe I'm being too hard. Maybe I'm being picky. I was quite enjoying what they were doing when he was there, but I just feel like everything's just going to be now up in the air, and they're going to do whatever the fuck they want with the show. It's kind of disappointing. Again, it goes back to what we said about him doing what he did. It's disappointing because what he did was disappointing, and then all the decisions that are going to be made in his absence are going to be disappointing, at least for the first little bit, until we get used to him not being there, like you said.
What trade or release in baseball bothered you the most? Was it when they got rid of Maddox?
Listen, man, I love Greg Maddox. Greg Maddox is my favorite pitcher of all time. He was kind of on a downward slide anyway for his career, but I always felt like he would stay a Brave.
What about? Wait, did they get rid of Freddie Freeman?
Yeah, they opted not to sign Freddie. I'm not even concerned about that because Matt Olson's on his way to 50 home runs this year. So, I was upset that they did not offer Freddie Freeman money to stay. I really do. That kind of bothered me because he was worth whatever they were paying him. So that's a good example.
How long before you get over it to the point? Okay, well, this is the team going forward, and it just don't have fucking Freddie Freeman anymore. So, it is what it. Is what it is.
Yeah. You could even say when Chipper Jones retired, how long did it take the Braves to find a third baseman? It took them forever to fucking land with somebody solid there.
Jesus Christ! I mean, you're trying to replace Chipper Jones.
Yeah.
That's not gonna happen, anytime in the near future.
Or if you're a Yankees fan, how long did it take you to get over losing Derek Jeter to retirement and Mariano Rivera to retirement? I mean, you're never going to be able to fill those roles with anybody because nobody's going to be able to be big enough to fill those shoes. Like, how long did it take you guys to get over Derek Jeter? I'm not comparing CM Punk to Derek Jeter, but it's the same vein. It's a big presence missing from that lineup. How long did it take you to get used to that?
Yeah, I mean the Yankees never had to worry about picking up a shortstop or a closer for like what 2 fucking decades or some
Yeah.
shit, man.
Yeah.
I mean that those are solid positions that a lot of teams struggle with, and they didn't have to worry about it. And now that they're gone, yeah, you got to try to make do with what you got. And then if for the short term, you're gonna be trying to compare whatever shortstop you have to Derek Jeter. Is that fair?
Yeah. Yeah.
That's not right, man. That's Jordan retired and they got another shooting guard and they're trying to compare him to Jordan. What are we doing here? No one's gonna be that guy. We're gonna have to make do with what we have and move on and stop trying to see. When we had Jordan, it was like this. Like, dude, that's not happening anymore.
Yeah.
So it is what it is, and these are the shows that we're gonna get. He's gone, he's not coming back, and for better or for worse, the shows might get better down the road. They might continue to get worse. It's just gonna be what we got, though, unfortunately. So I still think that with him gone, as quickly as he was gone, if there were any long-term booking plans going on, all that shit is very much uprooted and needs to be redone and rewritten, and that is going to take some time. I will give them that benefit of the doubt. You don't get rid of somebody who was literally the centerpiece of the entire show and then have everything run just smoothly right after the fact. It's going to take some reworking and some reconstruction.
Yeah, that itself is going to take definitely more than a week to solidify some plans moving forward that, they could really settle on so that they then could book, long-term stories on television. I do agree with that. That is a very good point. Also, they're clearly waiting, or I hope that they are. They're clearly waiting for Adam Copeland's contract status to be up with WWE. He may be coming on over. So I don't know what type of integral part he'll play in a Saturday night show on Collision. Mercedes is someone that Tony Khan has mentioned by name. She was at All In. She may be coming on in. These are two big presences that we could realistically see on a Saturday night. So, Collision for the most part is going to be in some weird holding pattern until things kind of normalize. So yes, I want to see and I want to wait what happens to see what happens. But, as far as the, jump to a conclusion 1 week after CM Punk got fired, that doesn't excuse AEW from putting on nothing matches. I mean, they're better than that. They got so much manpower and so much brain power back there that these open challenges should not be a weekly occurrence every single week. It just doesn't feel good. Again, I could go back and watch this show and feel nothing. I could watch banger matches anywhere. I want more than just open challenges. I want more than just great wrestling. They've told great stories. Let's get back to that.
Yeah. On the flip side, I didn't hear any reports about anyone getting choked out backstage tonight.
Yeah, nobody got choked out.
That's a good news. And
nobody got choked out. Nobody complained about glass.
No.
Nobody was.
Okay.
Yes, Tony Khan was A-okay.
Yep.
His safety was in good hands. Ace Steel is not there. He's fired.
No, so it's
we're onwards and upwards over here.
That was my favorite, like stupid tweets of the day. I can't believe they fired Ace Steel.
The fuck did you expect to happen? As soon as Punk was fired, he was basically terminated.
You didn't expect that? What the he wouldn't be there if it wasn't.
He bit someone's arm.
Dude, Ace Steel, I forgot about Ace Steel. They let him, they made the company rehire Ace Steel, gave him his own show, let him handpick his roster, paid him the most money in the whole company, and he's wasn't good enough.
No, it's not enough, bro. I need more.
Nope. I need everyone to do what I say when I say. And if they don't,
what'd you think of the reports, bro? That apparently Meltzer was reporting that the Young Bucks wanted to put CM Punk on some sort of 6-month probation period where he should have been on his best behavior, and then they would have talked to him. And I'm reading this fucking story from Dave Meltzer, and I put a video out on it, and I'm thinking to myself, What about the entire 9 months this guy was out? None of you people wanted to fucking sit down and talk with the guy while cooler heads would prevail during that 9-month stretch? You want to wait till he potentially blows up again live in the locker room and then give him 6 months to be on his best behavior? This shit doesn't make sense, man. It's like a comedy show.
I think that was real easy to say after he was already gone.
Of course. That's why I said, I mean, now you want to make the Young Bucks look like the good guys, man. Oh, yeah, we wanted to talk to him, but we wanted to give him 6 months to be a good guy, you know? Give me a fucking break.
Don't feed me bullshit. I mean, just tell me, look, we didn't get along, and I feel better that he's gone. I would believe that, but I mean, just be honest. You wasn't, and even if you look. Okay, devil's advocate. Even if that was actually the plan, I just would have kept that story to myself because no one's gonna believe that bullshit right there. You just saying that right now because he's gone. No one's gonna believe it. So it's just, I don't buy that shit at all.
It's just stupid. It's just everything. Every bit of it is just so stupid. But again, you know, AEW may be in a holding pattern on Saturday night. We'll see what happens. We're gonna try and do our best to get into this show tonight, but before
people blaming Meltzer, I'm not blaming Meltzer. Let me tell you something. What I think about Meltzer, guys. I don't think Meltzer sat around and made up that report or any report that he's gotten. So if you don't believe what he's saying, I do believe the stuff that he may report that turns out to not be true or false or whatever the case may be. I just think he was given bad information. I don't think he's just making shit up. I think he had a source, and the source gave him information that either turned out to be true or was a lie when the source gave it to him. But I don't think Meltzer just making up his own stories on his own. No.
Yeah, that was a bullshit report anyway. I mean, I couldn't wait to cover that. If you guys want to go see that video, along with everything else, man, everything you need is on the homepage. Go and check that stuff out. Jesse and I appreciate you spending your Saturday nights with us here tonight. Follow us on social media at JDfromNY206 on Twitter. Go follow Jesse at Chi-Town Smark. That's also on Twitter. You guys can follow him on YouTube as well. I linked his channel in the very top of the description. All you got to do is click his name. It'll take you right to his channel. Go check him out. He's going to be covering Victory Road. When? Tomorrow?
Yeah, man. I'm going to definitely do it tomorrow.
That's Impact Victory Road, by the way.
Impact Victory Road, man. I've managed to avoid any and all spoilers and reports. I have no idea how the show was or what went down. So I'm definitely going to get into it tomorrow morning. Probably do a live stream before the first football game goes on tomorrow morning, bro.
Oh, my goodness, man. There are millions of people celebrating that the NFL is back.
Yes.
So make sure you guys hit up DraftKings, the official sponsor of Off the Script this week. DraftKings wants to help you win some money, man. Download the DraftKings Sportsbook app. Use that promo code JDfromNY. And all you got to do is bet $5, and you're going to receive $200 in bonus bets instantly. So make sure you guys go and do that for me, man. That's a big deal right there. Always happy to have my great friends over at DraftKings sponsoring the show. Make sure you guys hit that subscribe button down below. Turn on the bell for notifications. Super chats are open. Get them on in. Jesse said that for every $50 bomb or more throughout the stream, he will be doing a shot. He's got Crown Royale Peach. There he goes, man. He didn't want to be here so much, man. He wants to be throwing back shots. There you go. Look at him. He's got his Viking shot glass. He's got his Crown Royale Peach. Gotta love it. Make sure you guys...
That's an awesome shot glass.
That is a very nice shot glass, yeah.
The NFL logo.
Oh, yeah.
Man. Pretty cool.
Nice.
I got this at Mall of America in Minnesota, bro.
There you go. And make sure you guys hit that thumbs up, guys. Let's try for 750 likes is the goal tonight on OTS. And please, make sure you guys, if you want to become a channel member, hit that join button down below. Become a VIP right here on OTS. Emotes, badges, early content, you name it. Great perks when you sign up to become a member right here on OTS.
That was an awesome. That was an awesome segue for DraftKings.
There you go.
Week 1.
Collision. We started off with Jon Moxley and Action Andretti. Not going to go over the first hour. I did not really enjoy myself here. The match was not bad. It's just, I mean, I need more than just Jon Moxley wrestling jobber guys in the open of Collision. He's a main event guy. He is the guy. He's now the international champion. He's got a lot of responsibility after what Orange Cassidy did with that great reign. He is better than Action Andretti on Collision on a Saturday night. So he beats Action Andretti. Andretti landed on his feet after a German suplex attempt from Moxley off the second rope. They traded shotgun drop kicks before Andretti hit a corkscrew splash, which looked very nice for a near fall. Andretti went for the dreaded BCC stomps, but Moxley used his own feet to spin Andretti into a rear naked choke and score the win after a tap out. And that was basically all she wrote for Mr. Action Andretti. You know, once upon a time, Jesse, Action Andretti beat Chris Jericho, and it was labeled the 1, 2, 3 kids situation for AEW. Man, oh man, did they drop the ball on that?
Well, if I remember correctly, I don't think Sean Waltman beat Razor Ramon and then was skyrocketed to the main event scene. He kind of floated into the mid card for a while.
All right.
Fact,
I mean, that's more than Action. That's more than Action Andretti, who hasn't even been on fucking Dynamite.
That is true. I mean, I don't remember the whole run with Waltman. But the thing I did like is they did make sure to mention that, you know, he did beat Jericho. If you're gonna do it, you know, it needs to be a crowning achievement. It needs to be something that they mention, you know, and keep bringing up. I mean, don't let it, you know, fall to the wayside. I mean, Jericho, you know, stared at the lights for this guy, man. Put it to use. And they do need to use him more. But at the same time, they can't force it. I don't want to just keep seeing him on TV and they don't have anything real for him. And we got to keep watching him just because he beat Jericho. I mean, do something with him, you know?
No, I agree. He's a great talent, man. He's talented. You know, he definitely is a talented wrestler. It's just, they really didn't do much with him after that. I mean, they delegated him to Ring of Honor, Dark. I mean, I don't know what he's doing over there. I don't know what type of successes he's having over there with Darius Martin, but, you know, whatever. If he beats someone like Jericho, I would expect a lot more out of that. It seemed like they were doing something with him after the few weeks where that happened, and they did nothing. So, I mean,
it feels like they gave Nick Wayne his spot.
Yeah, well, I mean, how long is Nick Wayne going to have that spot? At 18 years old, you know?
Yeah, that's true. But right now, Nick Wayne is front and center. I mean, he feels like he's pretty much on the same level as an Action Andretti. It's just they at least have a story going on with Nick Wayne.
Yeah. You know, somebody that I am incredibly happy to see get a turn and be more on television is Roderick Strong, man. He is fucking killing whatever they got going on with him, man, with the neck brace, with the Kingdom, the breakout character that Roddy is playing in this entire MJF and Adam Cole saga. This is some great shit, man. This was another strong sit-down video package with Roderick Strong, and he talked about becoming friends with Adam Cole early in Cole's career. They showed highlights from Ring of Honor and highlights from their personal friendship throughout the years. They aired all these vintage clips, and he said it tears him apart to hear Cole talk about his friendship with MJF, tearing him apart. He said he always has been there for him, but Cole has let him down time and time and time again. He said Cole knows how being alone makes him feel. He said that's totally fine, though, because he's going on to win the Grand Slam tournament and beat Max to become the AEW World Champion. He said he still won't be happy because he wants his friend back. Man, the fucking sappy music that's playing in the background of this, the Kingdom and the neck brace, and him just kind of being the clingy best friend that won't let it go until he proves a point to Adam Cole. This is some great shit, man. And I will say this, you know, I'll take back a little bit of what I said about this Eliminator tournament. Now, we got Samoa Joe and Roddy in the finals based on the results of what happened tonight, but I don't think it's that cut and dry here. I don't think it's that predictable going into the finals. Roddy could really win this thing, and Roddy could be the one getting the match against MJF, because that would actually play into the story more than Samoa Joe. We could always find a way for Samoa Joe to lose this thing and then maybe get a match somewhere down the road against MJF, but it may prove that Roddy is the better opponent here for storyline purposes at Grand Slam.
They really could go either way. If we're trying to make it a believable match, then it has to be Joe.
Yeah.
No one's gonna believe that there's any chance in hell that Roderick is gonna win the world title. So I think for that reason, it needs to be Joe. If it's not Joe, then you have to protect Joe from losing to Roddy. And for me, that's gonna have to be an interference by MJF.
MJF for the Kingdom.
Or there's something to come in and cost Joe the match. Otherwise, I don't know how Roddy is supposed to beat Joe. But either one would fit into the world title storyline. It's just only one would be a believable match as far as the least predictable outcome.
Yeah.
But I agree, man. Roddy is killing it. He's not believable to be a world champion right now at the very least, but still, man, he is winning the award for best supporting player in the storyline right now, because he is kind of like he's adding another layer to the MJF and Cole situation.
Yeah, I'm loving what he's doing right now, and it's crazy to see where he was in WWE. They never really did anything with him after the Undisputed Era had disbanded and Cole quit or walked away, and Kyle O'Reilly was injured, and he left, and then Fish wasn't there. He was the only remaining member of Undisputed Era that remained in NXT, and they gave him Brutus and Julius Creed, the Creed brothers, and they formed Diamond Mine on NXT, and it never really fit. It never really fit with Roddy, and then he eventually got taken off television. There were reports that he asked for his release 3 or 4 different times. They had no plans to call him up to the main roster, even though he was probably well off to be on the main roster with what he brings to the table as far as an in-ring aspect. But he shows up in AEW, and honestly, within, I would say, since the last days of Black and Gold when we saw Undisputed Era to where we see him now, it's probably the best shit that he's done in the last 3 or 4 years.
Yeah, man. I want to see where it goes. I really hope we're getting KO back soon.
I think so. I wonder how that's going to play into it, because that would be a nice little wrinkle into the Adam Cole, saga as well with MJF. It's like all his friends are over there, and he knows those are his friends, but he's over here mingling with Max. It's like that would really create some drama for Adam Cole.
Yeah, no, I agree.
It's going to be interesting, guys. Loving this, and it continues to be the strongest thing on AEW television. Legitimately the only storyline that really matters on television. Everything else just kind of feels weak and no vision, no feeling. This whoever's in charge of this and whoever's manning this from a week-to-week basis, they're doing a fucking great job. Chris Statlander and Robin Renegade. This went 4 minutes. Statlander was trying to basically fight off both the Renegade twins. This is Robin Renegade and Charlotte Renegade. Not to
Charlotte.
Charlotte, I'm sorry.
Charlotte.
Charlotte Renegade. Okay.
Thank you.
So Statlander knocked Charlotte off the ring and rolled up Robin after a brief distraction. Rolled up Robin for a 1-2-3. Afterwards, both Renegade twins attacked Statlander, and Jade Cargill showed up, making her first AEW appearance since losing the TBS title. Statlander went after Charlotte and Robin and then helped Statlander up. Fans gave Jade a welcome back. Jade then drove Statlander into the mat with her finish. Jaded. Smart Mark Sterling joined Jade in the ring. She picked up the TBS title and motioned kisses towards the title, meaning that she wants the championship back. Transitional champion for your girl over there, bro. Stat. That's what it looks like to me.
Hope not, man. That's
I don't know, man.
yeah, it don't look good.
No, it don't look good.
Jade, no title. Britt Baker, no title. Don't look good for Stat, man.
Yeah. I mean, are you guys excited about Jade Cargill returning? I mean, Jesse says he's got no problem with her. I believe him. You know, I don't have a problem with her either. She's just boring. There's nothing there. I mean, there's just nothing. There's nothing about Jade that's likable as far as a pro wrestling aspect is concerned. There's nothing there. She's not relatable.
She does not fit the mold or look like any other woman on that roster. She stands out as a specimen. She looks fantastic. She looks like she would be an in-game boss.
Yeah.
So for that alone, I mean, I don't find her to be. Look, is she a 5-star wrestler in the ring? Of course not, man. You know, is she out there botching to the point where she's a danger to herself and others? No. Be fair. No, she's not. So, but like you said, she could, I mean, there could be more layers to her gimmick and her character. She could get a little bit better in the ring. But with that being said, I don't find her as offensive, you know, to be there. I mean, she's fine. She's all right. You know, I'm not kicking down the door to be a Jade stan, but I don't understand the hate in her either. You know, I'm just, she's fine. It's all right.
90% look, 10% everything else.
So yes, there's some improving to do there, but you know, again, she's not making me turn the TV off. She's not out there cutting a cringe promo. As a matter of fact, her promo ability has gotten better since the day she started here. It doesn't make her a golden mic worker, but again, you know, she's slowly getting there. She's not as offensive to me. She's fine. I mean, I'm okay with it. The only thing that was bothering me was that obnoxiously long title run that seemed to be going nowhere.
Yes.
That was the problem I had with it. We were hoping that was Stat's title to win, and I think it's proven that's what we were going to get, but then she got hurt, so they waited before they come back, and then they gave Jade a time off. That was the only thing for me. That title run went a little too long.
Yeah.
Outside of that, I have no problems with Jade. I would like to see what they do, whether to make her a little bit better. I think she can get better, and I think she will get better, but I'm waiting for it. It's not here yet, though.
Melanie McCarter says, I thought y'all loved Jade. Yeah, I once upon a time, you know, we were very high on Jade, but the lack of creativity and one of the worst title reigns in the history of the company, probably the worst title reign in the history of the company, didn't really do her any favors. She didn't get better. And ever since her little stunt on social media with me, man, I've kind of lost a little inkling of respect for her because that was completely unnecessary. So I got my reasons. Jesse has his reasons, you know. That's why he's here. He gives his take on whatever he feels like he needs to. I just don't see it. I don't know. I don't care.
Like I said, yeah, I'm very neutral with her. I mean, I don't have enough that I like about her to, you know, to try to shut down someone who hates her, you know, because all right, I get it, but I think there's a lot of potential there and it's gonna come out. She is getting better, and I kind of expect her to. She already looks better upon her return. I think she'll be all right. I mean, but don't get me wrong. If she does not improve in the ring, if the storyline, if her gimmick and stories don't get any interesting at all, I can see it getting to a point where this is just a waste. They're just shoving her down our throats.
Yeah.
I want to see some improvement, and I do expect it. She seems to be a very hard worker, and I can tell when someone's not even trying to get better in the ring and they're just going to be complacent in what they got. So let's see how her in-ring work goes forward from there. Then after that, there's nobody to blame but creative for anything else.
Yeah, I'll give the match with Stat a chance. I think Stat's a very good wrestler, so hopefully she could work something there with Jade and have it be a little respectable. We'll see what happens.
Jade could be their flagship female, man. If they build her right, she could be the flagship female for the company, man.
Yeah. She could. Backstage, we got two flagship females for the company in Saraya and Ruby Soho. Soho was upset about Toni Storm costing her the TBS title at All Out. Saraya calmed her down. Saraya says that she doesn't really get what Toni Storm is doing nowadays. She's off her rocker. She said that she would return to Arthur Ashe Stadium and defend her championship, the building where she debuted for AEW. So we got Saraya defending the championship against one of 4 women who will be battling in a fatal 4-way. So that is what's going to happen there, to find out who wrestles Saraya at Grand Slam in a couple of weeks. Tony Schiavone sat down with Claudio Castagnoli and Eddie Kingston, and this was actually very good because everything Eddie Kingston's just, everything he does is very good. Claudio claimed that he does not remember how the issues between him and Kingston started. Kingston said that Claudio was lying. Kingston said that the problem started with Claudio leaving the Independents before giving Kingston a match and doing business. He didn't do the right thing on his way out, is basically what Eddie Kingston was telling him. Then he went on to the Promised Land. He said he went on to Make Believe Land, which he made a reference to WWE. Kingston challenged Claudio to a title versus title match with both the Ring of Honor World title and the New Japan Strong Openweight Championship on the line at Grand Slam, like I knew it would. Claudio accepted with one caveat. Kingston had to shake his hand once Claudio beat him. The heat for that match is going to be great in New York City, bro. We're going to get it. Like I said, Tony Khan is booking moments, man. He loves booking moments. Eddie Kingston winning that championship in New York City, man. That's going to be a moment in front of those people for Eddie Kingston. I'm actually looking forward to that. And with the addition of this match, and maybe Jade versus Chris Statlander, maybe Moxley versus Ray Phoenix, because those are the other 2 things that are going on right now currently that could be placed on that show. Grand Slam is looking like a banger show, man.
It is. And they normally do, stack it.
Yeah.
But I just don't get, I don't know if I get why, but it's a TV show. We get commercials.
Yeah.
It's, you're going to put this kind of card together. Look, I'm not saying make another pay-per-view, please. We just got 2 in one day. All right. So, but at the same time, it's a TV show. They building up to a TV show when they just came for 2 pay-per-views. They really need to build up to a TV level pay-per-view, but I get it. They normally try to, book the the Arthur Ashe Stadium, big, and they're doing it again. So that's what we expect at this point. Someone in the chat a few minutes ago, I lost somewhere, but they said, trying to find, there we go. Den Scorpio says Jade has China's build with half the talent and China sucked. Okay, come on. Okay. Is Jade as bad as China in the ring?
I didn't think China was good at all in the ring.
Right. Is Jade worse than China in the ring?
No.
I didn't think so. Okay.
No, but you can't compare anybody to China, because China at a time, was an influence to what she was bringing to the table, because we didn't really see anyone like that, step into the ring and do that with the men before.
Yeah.
So, Jay, you can't really compare the two because, even though they may have similar body styles, you're not going to sit here and compare Jade to China when China is one of the most influential figures in all of pro wrestling. Like, you can't do that.
I get what they trying to say, and yes, Jade does need work, but she's way better than China ever was.
Yeah,
that's not a fair analogy. China's more over. China, like you said, China's an icon in the industry for roles in DX and being on Triple H's side and all that shit. But Jade is not as bad as China was in the ring.
No,
she's better than that, bro. Come on now.
We got the Bullet Club. This is Austin Gunn, Colton Gunn, and Juice Robinson. This was supposed to be an 8-man tag, I believe, with Jay White also involved, but Jay White reportedly missed Collision due to personal reasons. Hopefully he is okay. Austin Gunn, Colton Gunn, and Juice Robinson against Aerostar, Dios del Inframundo, and Gravity. Jesse's covering his microphone or his camera, because he doesn't want to become one of Tony Khan's rental luchas.
Fucking cat won't work.
What are you doing over there?
Okay, I'm good. Talk about the lucha match.
Why are you blacking out your screen?
Tired of these fucking made-up lucha people, man.
Oh, listen, man. Tony Khan, man, he's got rental lucha on speed dial.
fucking hell?
I mean, who gives a shit? Like, who
I'll see.
cares? I'm genuinely saying, who gives a fuck? Like, who cares?
They found 3 at one time. That's amazing.
They found 3 guys: Gravity, Dios del Inframundo, and Aerostar. The chat's asking who.
Oh my
Your guess is as good as mine. I don't fucking know.
my god, dude.
The biggest takeaway from this match is that Andrade was seen watching the match backstage when the Luchadors took advantage of Bullet Club. So I don't know what this means. I don't know if this is Andrade, keeping a close eye on Bullet Club, and he's going to, get involved with Roosh and Preston Vance. Maybe we get some trios action here with Andrade and Bullet Club Gold. I think that would be fantastic. But, I mean, right now, this was just a 6-man tag team match, a trios match thrown on TV for the sake of getting Tony Khan off in Gorilla. That was basically it. Absolutely zero emotional investment in this. This goes back to what I said a few times already in the beginning. Absolutely no substance. The whole first hour had matches with zero storyline implications. This was just Saturday night fucking Lucha Libre for Tony Khan. That's all this was.
If you guys have noticed, I have sat here and tried to bring out the positive points of everything that we saw tonight so far.
Yes.
We get to this, I
don't know, man. I don't know. If I want to watch this type of shit, I'll go watch reruns of Lucha Underground.
How is Vikingo? Last time I saw him, he was being stretchered out.
I don't know. I mean, is he hurt? Because he's got a House of Glory match on Friday against Low Key. Is he
I
hurt?
don't think that's happening, bro.
Yeah, that's not happening? Oh, well.
I don't think that's happening, man.
What happened to Vikingo? He got hurt by doing what? Fucking 830 off the top rope? What happened?
I didn't see the spot. I just saw he got stretchered out. And since we know who we're talking about, we can only imagine what the spot was that got him hurt.
I mean, Vikingo. I mean, once upon a time, that man was special in this realm. It's every other fucking week he's on the show wrestling some fucking no-name. Comes walking out. He's just like everybody else.
Probably doing a 980 off the top of the dome or some shit.
I mean, Jesus Christ. I mean, what did he do? A fucking 8 revolution tornado dive off the top rope? Well, I mean, what happened?
Yeah, I don't know. And yeah, where is House of Black? How come when they lost those titles, now they MIA?
Well, we traded the House of Black for the House of S.
I think someone must have been hurt or needed time off. Something might be up with that faction because they just been gone. They dropped those titles unceremoniously, and now they're MIA.
Well, maybe they're upset because Punk got fired.
So you don't have any news, is what you're trying to say?
I have nothing. No.
Okay, good.
I'm just making comical guesses here.
Yeah, there we go. We have
but realistically, man, I'm serious. We traded the House of Black for the House of S.
Why? They're up there fucking shilling these titles and just dude, what?
You don't like the pink belts with the scissor straps, man? You don't. I mean, the House of S, man. Who knows what happens when you walk through the doors of the House of S, man? What do you think is in that house?
Ass.
Listen, man, it depends. I mean, AEW's got some booty meat, man. I mean, depends on what type of ass we're walking into.
Well, the ass in the House of Ass is all the ass I'm expecting in there, so I don't want to see any of it, man.
Nobody wants to see any of it, man.
Nope.
Anyway, Bullet Club Gold against Lucha 1, Lucha 2, and Lucha 3. Tony Khan got his fucking rocks off, and we can move on. CJ Perry. I think that's her name.
Nope, we don't know her name.
I think that's her name, man. I mean, we don't know what this company is going to call this lady. This woman's got no name, and for all we know, she's Mrs. Hot and Flexible.
Hot and Flexible. That's all we know. That's all we know. People, I had some people, I won't name call. I put out there, what is her damn name? People put in the reply, her name is CJ Perry.
Her name is Lana, Jesse.
Fucking idiot. I know what her name is. What is her TV name? They have not told us her TV name yet.
That's
Oh,
Miro's wife, Jesse. You mark.
right. Fuck, I know her name. I'm probably even following her on Twitter. I mean, I know her name. Now, what's her name?
As the geeks online proceed to list all of her movie star roles, you know, and how flexible she really is.
Hey, fun fact. What's Lana spelled backwards?
What's Lana spelled backwards? I don't want to say. I don't want to say. I may get demonetized here, man. I got a month of September to really fulfill my obligations for. I can't get demonetized.
Just throwing that out there. What's Lana spelled
I'll
backwards?
leave that up for you guys in the chat. What is Lana spelled backwards in the chat? There you go. Have fun with that one.
Oh, man.
We'll call her CJ because Tony Khan apparently has not signed her to a full-time deal yet, and the lady doesn't have a name on AEW television. She's just hot and flexible.
I think I just gave her a name, man.
She only has fans. She has OnlyFans?
OnlyFans?
Does she?
I don't know.
I mean, she may be up there with Mandy Rose if that's the case.
I do not know. Ooh, that's somebody TK could bring in, bro.
I know. CJ Perry talked about being Miro's first sacrifice on his road to redemption. She calls Miro stubborn for not accepting the help she offered at All Out. She accepted that Miro had to go down this road, but she had to take her own road as well. He's not been the same since he's lost that TNT championship. She said at that one point, she was the hottest manager in wrestling, and that maybe it was time for her to retake that mantle. So, are we getting the band back together here, bro? Minus the cuckold. Minus the cucking. You know? We can't have Will Hobbs cucking out Miro.
How's Lashley doing over on the other side, man?
I don't know, man. He's got the Street Profits, and they had to stare down with the Judgment Day on SmackDown.
There we go. Are they the new Hurt Business?
They don't have a name yet.
Here we go.
They don't have a name. Creativity, man. Creative doesn't have a name for them yet.
Here we go. What about MVP?
Who? He ain't there.
My God, dude.
MVP got benched, bro. He's now a bench player.
I would ask why, but why bother, dude? Why bother? The
Plus
guy
he's-
was killing it.
He was. No, he's with Omos.
Okay, let's stick to AEW. All right.
Well,
Okay.
man, no, you don't want to talk about the mighty Nigerian giant Omos, man. Possible
This is
match with
going-
Great Khali coming up, man. You don't want to talk about that?
Oh, I saw a report that Great Khali was gonna be at the India show.
God. Yeah, that happened yesterday.
man,
that
bro.
happened yesterday, man. He was at the India show. He said he has one more match left in him, man. Wow.
Wait, the India show was yesterday?
Yeah.
Was he there?
Of course he was there.
Oh, nice.
You know who else was there, man? Shanky was there too, man. Oh, he wrestled Gunther for the IC title.
Where was Jinder?
Let's move on.
Okay, there we go. All right.
Let's
All
move
right.
on. So yeah, CJ is going to manage Miro, and I think that's a great look on TV. So hopefully we see something with Miro transpire on television, man. More Miro on TV, please.
So what are they doing here? Are they? So it looks like Miro's gonna go full babyface. They're gonna send CJ on his campaign, for Miro to do business with her, and then we're gonna get this moment where they come together like Elizabeth and Macho Man.
I guess. I mean, I don't know how Miro can't be heel. I mean, they were chanting something meat forever at All Out.
Yeah,
I mean,
big meaty men slapping meat, bro.
yeah.
Dude. Miro is over as fuck, man.
Oh, he always has been, really.
Yeah.
You know, this is just the neglect from AEW that they've shown Miro. Absence makes the heart grow fonder. Everybody missed him. Everybody wants to see him. Good for him.
Yeah. Bringing in CJ, we've been pushing it for a while. They're not jumping directly into into the bucket with them right away. They're gonna give us a little bit of story to get us there.
Yeah.
And I can
Yeah,
appreciate it.
I have a genuine concern here, bro. Before we move on, maybe Tony Khan has not given CJ a name yet because there would be two Perrys if she's CJ Perry and we have Jack Perry. We can't have that, pal.
Really? Because we have multiple doubles all over the place. Don't we have a and then we get doubles. We got I was just
Christian
thinking about
Cage, Brian Cage, Adam
Christian
Page,
Cage,
Ethan
Adam
Page.
yeah, we have doubles
There's
all over
too
the
many
place.
same names here, pal.
Yeah, they don't care about that. The only thing I'm thinking here is that she does not want to use her real name. She wants a stage name, and they haven't come up with one yet.
All right, so just do Lana with two N's.
No, just do Lana backwards.
I can't say that here.
Oh, come on, man. Just do Lana backwards. Get it? Do Lana backwards?
I'm sure Miro has done that a few times.
Just do Lana backwards, man.
Anyway, Dark Order. Dark Order, man. I don't know what type of segment the Dark Order had, man. It's like they were it's like I'm watching late night television and I see the fucking ShamWow guy, or I see the fucking Oxy stain remover guy on TV, and they're shilling some infomercial type shit. I don't even know what it was. It's some type of weird commercial in front of the merch stand, and they were like, "Please join us," and then they walked away. Like, am I supposed to buy Dark Order merch? Do you want me to not buy any other merch on AEW shop? I mean, what's going on? Was this some weird infomercial to join the Dark Order?
Dude, I like it. I like these little weird join us vignettes. They remind me of when the Dark Order first started, on the Join Us campaign. So I do kind of like it. Plus, not to mention, it gives me the feels that they got something in the works.
Yeah.
And they're laying the breadcrumbs for it right now. So I like that. When I like when you have something new coming and you just don't show up and give it to us. You give us little breadcrumbs. You give us, QR codes, and you make us try to figure it out, and you give us little vignettes like this. I like that kind of stuff. So it gives you time to gauge audience, reaction to it. It gives you time to make it epic. So I do like it. I kind of want to see where it's going.
Yeah, we'll see. I mean, they're all talented guys, so I'd love to see them get a little bit more rub in the tag team division, which I will talk about in just a second. The Acclaimed, they talked about their recent world tour, which started in London, where they won the AEW Trios Championships, and then they continued the tour in Chicago. They said that they would be in New York for Grand Slam before taking over the world. Grand Slam, they won the tag team championships from Swerve and Keith Lee, if you guys remember last year. And this year, they're walking in as Trios champions. Ever since the House of Black lost the titles to the House of Ass, I have not really felt the same about the Trios championships.
No, now they're boring.
No.
And now they're pink and they scissor.
Yes, they're pink. They took the belts off of the House of Black to make pink titles with straps that are reminiscent of scissors, so that they can now scissor with the championships.
I don't like it, man. I mean, Billy Gunn was
and this is coming from two guys that love the Acclaim legitimately.
Yeah, Billy Gunn was one of the guys that I was referring to when I said that AEW treats their legends well, along with Sting, with Jake Roberts. The few times that we got them was good stuff. They were being used to elevate younger talent, and they didn't wrestle that much, and then they wouldn't put a title on Billy Gunn. And then in the midst of it, took it off of the House of Black, who we have not seen on TV with no explanation. And then they made the titles pink and made them scissor. It's kind of against what I was trying to give them credit for back when I was saying that.
Zay the Legend says Brody King is hurt. I don't know. Are you his physician, Zay?
I've seen no reports on that.
Where did you get that information from? And if Brody King is hurt, that's 1/3 of the House of Black that is hurt. What about the other 2/3? Are they hurt too? Why aren't they on TV?
How hurt is he?
They're two accomplished singles professionals.
Champions?
Why can't they be on TV?
Is there a reason they can't be trios champions? Is he like out for the year? I mean, how hurt is he? You know what I mean? So
I don't know.
Even if he is hurt and they drop the titles because of that reason, okay, that wouldn't stop them from doing like vignettes and promos or having Malachi and Buddy in a tag match or something like that. I mean, they're just all gone. No Julia. If even if all three of the guys are hurt or out, why not have Julia come out and just leave breadcrumbs to the next feud? Have her just out at ringside, just stalking a certain team or something like that, and then leave with no explanation. Keep us interested. Keep the House of Black relevant. Keep them going without having them do anything extra. I mean, it's very possible, unless you're telling me that Julia Hart is hurt too.
Yep. I don't know. I didn't hear any reports. I didn't hear anything about Brody or Julia or Malachi or Buddy. Nothing.
Yeah,
They lost and then they went goodbye.
That'd be awesome. If you know they're gonna be out for whatever weeks, let's have Julia just come out the ringside, top of the ramp, stand there, watch, stare, don't say shit, turn around and leave. Man, what the fuck is wrong with Julia?
I don't know.
Who is she watching? Who is she scouting? Who's gonna come out? I mean,
He broke his hand. James Hillenbrand. I didn't hear anything about that. I don't know. I mean, you guys are some top tier physicians, man. Holy shit. He broke his hand. Where?
Let me see.
Who reported that? Sure, Jesse and I would have talked about that already. I don't know.
Let's see.
He said he hurt his hand at All In.
Wrestling Inc. reported injury Brody King sustained at All In. Following backstage altercation between CM Punk, several reports suggested that distraught Brody King, a close friend of Punk, punched the wall and possibly broke his hand. He punched the wall because he was mad about the CM Punk fight going on backstage.
Are you fucking serious?
Dead serious. Can't make this shit up.
That is ridiculous. So he wrestled that match with a broken hand?
The aftermath, and let me see. So he punched the wall and possibly broke his hand. Another report from Alvarez noted that King did kick a garbage can in the aftermath of the brawl.
Yeah, I read that part. Yeah.
But his hand was injured on the guardrail during the House of Black's loss to the Acclaim.
Yeah, I read that he kicked a guard. I mean, that was not any important information to the story of what happened between CM Punk and Jack Perry, so I didn't even mention it. But he punched a wall backstage because of anger with CM Punk and Jack Perry?
According to Wrestling Observer newsletter, King denied reports that he punched the wall, but did corroborate Alvarez's version that he kicked the garbage can to vent his frustrations over the incident.
Wow. That's
the Observer also cited other witnesses who claimed to have witnessed King punching a wall, noting that some in the dressing room felt King may have broken his hand or wrist hours before his match started. So now there are witnesses saying they watched him punch the wall, and that he's saying that wasn't the case because he's trying to not look like an asshole for doing that, maybe.
I mean, there was nothing else backstage that you could punch? You had to punch a fucking wall and break your hand? Like, I get that people were angry about the situation, but when it puts your own career on the line, like, that's a little fucking reckless, man. That's ridiculous.
Basically, because of Punk, we have Pink Trios titles.
I wonder if that situation with Brody King led to the decision to take the belts off of them at All In.
I don't know. And this is why I'll say this, because I don't think you can design and print and come up with pink titles overnight. They had those titles made for a reason.
Yeah. I don't know. That's ridiculous. So Brody, the House of Black are not on TV because Brody King wanted to break his hand at All In. Great. That doesn't mean what? So what does that mean? Because one's out, all three of them have to be out. I don't get that.
We could be frustrated with them because of this injury. I don't know.
This place.
I think it's important to be noted that some of this report is disputed. Some of it is disputed, but then some of it is saying there are witnesses. So nothing is 100% confirmed. He may or may not have broken on a wall, but he did break his hand.
All right. We'll see if anything else comes of that, but that's a possible reason as to why he's not on TV right now.
Jesus Christ.
Ray Phoenix. He's back on television. He went one-on-one against Angelico. Who? Yeah, Angelico. When was the last time we saw Angelico on TV? I couldn't fucking tell you. Ray Phoenix wins with a Phoenix driver. First hour of the show meant absolutely nothing. Zero. No storyline progression at all outside of Jade Cargill making her return. And if you want to say that storyline progression, that's really stretching that one as well. Nothing. FTR.
I'm gonna come out of this stream dead sober, bro.
I know nobody wants to see Jesse take a shot, huh? It's unbelievable.
Man. You know, our boys out there in London, man, they made sure we had plenty of drinks.
Man, I couldn't go anywhere without a fucking drink in my hand.
Right. Tell Dr. Evil Genius that's how many of those drinks you had, man.
Bro, I walked all those drinks off, man. Don't guilt me into fucking drinking a couple of cold beverages, man. I walked fucking miles in London.
Yeah, me too, man. Jesus Christ, man. There's a lot of walking.
Bro, I had by the time I ended up, man, getting back to New York, man, my Pokemon Go manages every step I take, man. I walk like 75 kilometers for the entire week. That's a long fucking trek, man.
Aren't you one of those guys that are worried about the government tracking you wherever you are?
Who? No. What? Because I'm catching Pokemon? No.
No, man, because your brother.
My brother? What about my brother?
He got you believing that the government track every step that you make and everything else. And they're
tracking us right now, man. You don't think they know we're live on YouTube?
But now they know what Pokemon you've been catching, bro.
I don't care.
Bro,
what are they gonna do? Take my Pokemon from me?
What if they take your Pikachu, man?
Bro, I don't use Pikachu, okay?
Everybody uses Pikachu.
First of all, Pikachu is overrated. Who likes Pikachu, man? It's like you're
overrated?
a fucking noob.
Pikachu
Nobody uses Pikachu in the leagues.
Oh my god, man! Who's better than Pikachu?
I don't know, man. My favorite Pokemon is Snorlax and Gengar.
Oh god!
This is foreign language to you, man. You don't know what I'm talking. You don't know what I'm talking about here, man.
No idea, man.
You know, I'm a fucking geek that collects cards and plays the game. Okay.
Jeez.
Oh, shout out to listen, man. Shout out to my guy Vincent. By the way, I don't know if he's watching. Vincent B. This guy hit me up, man. He's been a fucking many year VIP. This motherfucker, man, sent me. He mailed me a $75 Charizard fucking full art illustration rare from the Obsidian Flame set because he found out I needed it for my master set, man. You believe this fucking... Look at the fans I got, man. Sending me $75 Charizards, man. It's crazy.
What do you do with it? What does it do?
It goes in a sleeve, it goes in my binder, and then I have it accumulate value over years and years. What are you sighing at me for?
You just look at it. What game do you play? Is it like an exotic or something? What do you do with it?
What are you talking about? It's card collecting, bro. You don't collect cards? You don't find enjoyment in opening up the packs, putting them in the sleeves, and organize them in the binder, man. You don't find any joy in that?
My son does that.
Okay.
He's 7. Oh, he's
right.
8. Sorry.
Right.
He's 8 now.
Pardon me. We all have our vices, man, okay?
Yeah, man. Some are geeky, some are not.
Listen, man, you're a geek. You play video games.
It's normal to play video games in 2023, bruh.
I know.
It's not normal to be a grown man collecting Pokemon cards.
Man, listen, I don't care. You can fucking sit there and make fun of me all you want, man.
Oh, I will.
Okay.
I will.
Good. Good. I'll be sitting on some fucking big time polls, and I'm going to sell them for mega money, getting them graded and all that shit, man. I'm gonna take it serious.
Let's go big time pool.
Listen, man. FTR. This is something that really kind of agitated me because we see it with Moxley, we see it with Stat, we see it with Christian Cage. Now we got FTR joining the Open Challenge business. Harwood said that to be the best team, they needed to defend the tag team titles against the best teams. Bro, you've proved your point. You don't need to wrestle every single week against the best teams, quote unquote. He announced that the FTR World Tag Team Challenge would begin, where they would defend their titles against any young team that wanted to challenge them for the titles. Jesse, next week we're getting FTR versus the Iron Savages on AEW Collision in an open challenge. Now, before I give Jesse the floor to say what he needs to say here, why are we doing more open challenges now with FTR? I swear to God, what is wrong with the people that run this show? Don't you get enough open challenges? Haven't we seen enough tournaments throughout the entire year already? Why do we need to continue beating a dead horse with the fucking open challenges? Open challenges mean to me, MGM Ballin with a $50 super chat, Jesse's got to take a shot.
Thank Christ. I'd rather do that than talk about this damn tag match coming up.
I don't understand how people just sit there, oh yeah, it's FTR. Nobody wants to see open challenges. Open challenges mean the creative team is too lazy to get any story out there, and they're basically following Tony Khan's whims. He doesn't give a shit about story, just put on banger matches. Doesn't give a shit about story, let's do an open challenge. Doesn't give a shit about story, just put everybody in a fucking tournament. This shit sucks. FTR should not be in a fucking tournament, in a open challenge situation. If you look at AEW's tag team division, I want you guys to go online and accumulate all the legit tag teams in AEW. You will find that they have a damn good tag team division and that your head would explode with the amount of talent that this company employs. What they should be doing is not having FTR wrestle every single week, but they should have other teams wrestle other teams so that they win matches so that they're good enough to wrestle FTR when the time comes. And then at that point, you develop storylines. What the fuck are we doing here, man? When did this company...
Iron Savages.
When did this company get so lazy, bro?
All these weeks we've been talking about how it seems like they're restructuring the tag division and everything else, and we're just waiting for it to unfold. How much longer do we have to wait?
I don't know.
Shout out to MGM Ballin, bro. Thank you so much.
MGM Ballin, thank you for the 50, brother.
Oh, God.
I mean, am I right or am I right? What happened to competition within the tag team division to get wins and then get a championship match? I mean, WWE, this is WWE style writing. They don't give a fuck. AEW at least had a ranking system where people actually wrestled on weekly television, moved up the rankings, accumulated wins, and then got a championship match. At least it made sense. Now everything's a fucking open challenge. And who are the Iron Savages? They're a Ring of Honor tag team. I don't want to see them on AEW television. What have they done over there? I mean, give me a fucking break with this shit.
I don't know, man. I am trying here tonight, man. I really am. But FTR and the Iron Savage, and then no thank you. No thank you.
I don't know, man. It's boring. It's lazy. It's fucking unimaginative.
That match is boring before it even starts. The match could end up being good, but again, at the end of it, it means nothing, and really, who cares?
Who are the Iron Savages to this audience? Nobodies. Jobbers. They got no vignette. They got no fucking... They got no... Nothing. Have they cut a promo? telling us who they are, where they're from, what they're about, what they're doing here, what their goal is, what their fucking achievements are. Nothing. Why do I care about two random fucking guys that the most I know were Bear Country and underwent a fucking name change for whatever reason? Because they felt like they needed to have a dose of creativity all of a sudden. Listen, I'm sorry if I'm being too harsh, man, but I mean, I gotta level with you. If this was WWE, I'd be complaining about the same fucking thing. Random matches, random matches, random matches. The Iron Savages, what is that? Do they pump iron? Are they gym goers? Are they trainers in their off time?
Are they savages?
Are they savages? I don't know. Like, what are we doing here?
Fireworks are over.
Yeah, I see that.
All right.
Another open challenge. FTR versus Iron Savages next week. Get ready.
Oh, my God.
Finally.
Yeah, if we get 100, you got to do a shot, too, man. I'm not doing both.
I don't have any alcohols in the basement.
In your mother's basement?
Yeah.
Man.
You think I'm at the beer garden that has something accessible, man, but, I don't have anything readily available here.
Have one of your assistants bring it to you, bro.
What assistants do I have, man? I don't have no assistants. I'm here by myself.
Oh, okay. Wasn't sure.
Tag Team Championship Open Challenge next week. Grand Slam Eliminator Tournament, Jess. We finally got the second hour underway, and we finally got some substance on this show. Darby Allin and Roderick Strong, semifinal match to see who goes on to the finals to wrestle MJF for the AEW World Championship. Allin was skating his way to the ring, and all of a sudden, Luchasaurus jumped him in the back and threw him, lawn darted him into a garage door. Christian Cage is there, said that Darby Allin was only in this tournament because he was never going to win the TNT Championship. Cage said that Allin wouldn't win any title in AEW as long as he is around. And Luchasaurus again sent him into the metal door. So out in the ring, Roddy was celebrating because he believed he was going to win the match by forfeit. All of a sudden, Darby Allin hobbled his way out to the ring with Nick Wayne, who was cheering him on. So we got the match anyway. So we go right to commercial break, and Roddy's in control. Obviously, he sent Allin back first into the steel post and then into the barricade. There was a chant in Cleveland that said, "Adam hates you," at Roddy. That allowed Darby to catch Roddy with a guillotine choke in the ropes. Then Allin turned a backbreaker into a crucifix pin. Roddy was definitely going for the backbreakers here. Caught Strong with a code red for a near fall. Allin went for a submission, and Strong countered that into an STF. Allin got to the ropes to break that hold. Strong brought Allin to the top rope. Allin was trying to fight his way out of it, but Strong shoved Allin into the top of the ring post. It looked like he really caught it hard way. It was a loud thud. And then all of a sudden, Roddy hit a backbreaker on the top turnbuckle. Darby bounced, landed on the ring apron, and then bounced out to the ring. I saw the referee make a beeline out to Darby Allin on the outside. Really sick-looking fall, and that was a great spot. Allin hit Strong in a comeback with a Stun Dog Millionaire on the apron. Coffin drop on the floor. Kingdom were out there, and they were bullying Nick Wayne on the floor before AR Fox backed him up. And Nick Wayne did not like him being out there. So back in the ring, Strong got a sick kick on Darby Allin, but Darby Allin counted the end of Heartache into a Scorpion Death Drop, and there was no cover because Darby was selling his back. Matt Taven got on the ring apron with Nick Wayne pulling him off. Fox went to dive on Taven, but Bennett yanked him out of the way, and Fox landed on Wayne by accident. And all the while this was happening, Darby Allin landed Strong's knees on a coffin drop, or on Strong's knees on a coffin drop. Strong hit the end of Heartache, and he basically gets into the finals by beating Darby Allin here in what I thought was a very good match. Multiple stories being told in this, Jesse. Roddy gets into the finals. We got AR Fox trying to get back into the good graces here with Nick Wayne and Darby Allin. Christian Cage and Luchasaurus and Darby Allin selling their feud and continuing their feud. So multiple different stories here, man, progressing. This was very good television.
It was. It was. It was. I mean, this is what we wanted. Some stuff with some substance, some matches that meant something at the end of the day. I mean, some storyline progression. It kind of gave us a little bit of everything we wanted. Um, it's nothing groundbreaking. It's like they're nice little mid card feuds, which is fine, which is great because it's better than the first hour of the show, which is nothing.
Yep.
I think stuff like this is going to help guys like AR Fox and Nick Wayne, guys that normally would have nothing else to do, but now they're involved with major storylines with major company names. So this is the stuff we want. This is the stuff we're talking about. So it don't have to be like, bloodline type shit, but something. Just give us something. And I think this is a good example of giving us something without going crazy with it. So I like this.
Yeah, this was good stuff. Good stuff all around here. And I'm very much looking forward to seeing Roddy in the finals of this World Title Eliminator Tournament. Powerhouse Hobbs, he spoke about how the Miro chapter in his book of Hobbs was still not finished. So it looks like we're getting a second match, Jesse. I am absolutely on board with that no matter what, because what they did at All Out was fucking tremendous shit.
More big meaty men slapping meat.
Absolutely, man. We may see that at Grand Slam for all we know.
Yeah.
Speaking of big men, Keith Lee, he was interviewed by Lexi Nair. Lee spoke about wanting to do things solo and offered his opponents a piece of advice. Run. A little Bray Wyatt influence there. Wouldn't be surprised if he took that from Bray Wyatt as an homage, but...
Well, that was definitely a nod to Wyatt.
Yeah. Are we getting Keith Lee back on television, bro, as fucking Limitless Keith Lee? I hope so.
Bro, they couldn't even give my boy Renee Paquette, man.
What's wrong
Renee
with Lexi
Paquette
Nair?
Renee Paquette didn't even want to interview Keith. He got Lexi.
Well, what's wrong with Lexi Nair?
Renee Paquette gets all of the heavy hitters, man.
I know, well. Keith Lee is a scrub. He's a jobber here.
Maybe one day he can move up to the ranks and get Renee Paquette to interview him.
Or maybe he shouldn't have went to the Harry School of Wizarding. I don't know.
I don't know what. I don't know what guys like him did. I don't know what Wardlow did to Tony Khan. But Jesus Christ, man, what happened?
I don't know.
Where is Wardlow?
Who?
What the
I have no
hell,
idea who you're
man?
talking about. Who is that?
It makes no sense. The guy was over. He was hot. He was a champion, and then it's just
Wardlow.
just gone. Just gone.
I don't. Who is that? I'm struggling to recollect who that is, bro. Wardlow. Can you fill me in on who that is, man?
It's like Waldo.
Waldo.
Where's Waldo?
Where's Waldo? Where's Waldo? I know that, man. What about that? Where in the world is Carmen Sandiego, man? That was my jam right there.
I don't get it. I don't get it. Like it, dude. Something, man. I don't know.
Oh, Wardlow, the guy that cut his hair and looked generic, right? The guy that had the 3 TNT title reigns that meant oh, that Wardlow.
Oh, they cut his hair off, took his title. They really hate him. They really hate Wardlow.
You know, I'm genuinely disappointed. Did we get Christian Cage mentioning Wardlow's father? Did we get that?
Not yet. Should.
Yeah, we need that. We need that on television. Father of the Year.
For great storyline purposes, maybe we'll get lucky and Wardlow's dad is dead.
Yeah. God rest his soul.
Okay, that didn't come off right at all.
No, God rest his soul. Now, that's something Christian Cage would have said, bro. You're all right.
Yeah. Man, just
we got a video package here with the Righteous, Vincent Dutch, and Stu Grayson. I like the gimmick. I do. I like the vibe. Yeah.
You mean the Wyatt family?
Yeah, the de facto bargain basement Dollar Tree version of the Wyatt family. Yeah.
But I mean, even before Wyatt passed, I was already digging the Righteous, man.
Yeah, me too. I think they're great. Yeah.
Yeah.
Tony Schiavone, welcome Brian Danielson. This is his show now. If you guys didn't understand that yet. Danielson's in the ring with Tony Schiavone. Danielson said that he promised his 6-year-old daughter he would start wrapping up his career once she turned 7. He says that he wouldn't go quietly into the night and would kick everyone's head in. He said that this would be the most epic year of his career. He made a challenge for October 1st at WrestleDream. He wants to wrestle the man everyone calls the best technical wrestler in the world, and that is Zack Sabre Jr. Now, I was less than enthused with this match announcement, Jesse, because I'm not a real big fan of Zack Sabre Jr. and his style. But being that Bryan Danielson's going to be in the ring, I'm sure it's going to be a banger. This match was supposed to take place at last year's Forbidden Door. That did not happen because Bryan was hurt. And this year we got Bryan versus Okada. I was secretly hoping for, Jesse, we get Will Ospreay versus Bryan Danielson at WrestleDream, but we got Danielson and Zack Sabre Jr.
Well, stick around. That could be coming.
Could be coming.
Could be coming. I did a little investigative digging, and Birdie Danielson was born on May 9th. She'll be turning 7.
What significance is May 9th?
Her 7th birthday.
That's next year.
Yes. Bryan said that he's going to wrap up his career when she turns 7.
Do you believe him?
If Bryan said it, yes, I do.
Okay.
100%.
We got
yes.
till May 9th at least for Bryan Danielson.
100%. If he made it a point to come out here and publicly say on the record and in front of the world and the internet that he made a promise to his daughter that he was going to wrap up his career by the time she turned 7, I 100% believe it. Yes.
Okay. Ricky Starks and Big Bill made their way to the ring. Starks noting how the spotlight escaped him again. Starks noted that he went from being hungry to being greedy and that Danielson never tapped him out. Danielson said that he wasn't done yet. He interrupted me before I could finish what I was going to say and noted that in order to be with the Blackpool Combat Club, you had to bleed with them. Big Bill then jumped Danielson out of nowhere. Starks pulled Big Bill off of Danielson before jumping on Danielson himself. Jon Moxley made his way out to the ring, and Big Bill dropped him with a big boot. Starks choked out Danielson with a Blackpool Combat Club t-shirt, and Kevin Kelly did wonder on commentary if this shirt was going to be offered to Starks before the attack on both Danielson and Moxley. Starks and Big Bill celebrated, and they left Moxley and Danielson lying in the ring. This was a great segment. So clearly they still have some sort of direction for Ricky Starks. Whether that is joining the Blackpool Combat Club, that remains to be seen. I didn't really anticipate that. But what do you think about that notion, Jesse? Do you see Ricky Starks joining Moxley and Danielson? And what do you make of Big Bill here, bro? He just kind of interjected himself in this and took it upon himself to do what he did to Danielson and Jon Moxley. But Ricky Starks clearly on the up and up with creative, and it looks like they're going to continue the ball rolling with him moving on up.
Yeah, I liked everything about this. I liked the notion of Ricky Starks joining the Blackpool Combat Club. The Blackpool Combat Club get TV.
Yeah.
They get a push, they get storyline. If you're in the Blackpool Combat Club, you are of importance in the company. All right. So if they want to put Starks in there, I won't object to it. If they want to have Starks feud with them, I won't object to that either. I thought this was the best presentation of Big Bill. That guy needs a new fucking name still. I thought this was the best presentation of Bill since they've put this guy on TV. Brian mentioned, putting Ricky Starks in the Blackpool Combat Club. But what does that mean for Bill? That means he's left to the wayside with no one because they're not offering him a spot. So before that notion could even get too far into Ricky's head, he decided to jump in and kick Bryan's ass. Yeah. And when badass, Jon Moxley came out to come stop it, he kicked his ass too. I thought this was the best presentation of Bill since they hired him.
And they got something with him. I think he's got a lot of upside, Big Bill. I mean, the name change needs to happen for sure. But I do think there's a lot of upside there. And that is a very good question. If Moxley and Bryan welcome Starks into the Blackpool Combat Club, what does that do for Big Bill? Where does that leave Big Bill? So there's a lot of moving parts here, even in this. So I'm very interested in that. And Big Bill is getting a championship match against Jon Moxley on Wednesday's Dynamite because Rey Fenix interjected himself in a backstage promo with Tony Schiavone and Big Bill and said, hey, I want next in line against Moxley. Bill told them to worry about Penta's match against Samoa Joe because Samoa Joe's going to beat down Penta. But it looks like Moxley has a line forming for that international championship. It starts with Big Bill, Rey Fenix. So we got some we got the ball rolling there for his title reign.
Yeah. That's good stuff. That's good stuff. That gives Bill something to do. That gives him something of importance to do. That gives him an ulterior motive. That gives him something in the spotlight with bigger names. So I like everything about this segment, all of it.
Main event. We got Samoa Joe in the semifinals against Penta El Zero Miedo. This is Pentagon Jr. with Alex Abrahantes. This was a decent main event. I actually enjoyed the Darby and Roddy match a little bit more than I did this one. Surprisingly, I thought this was going to be the better of the two. Jim Ross joined the commentary team for the main event. I like that they tried out Jim Ross for the main event only. That's a nice spot for him. Joe and Penta went at it. Joe was being taunted by Penta. Typical stuff, zero fear. Penta came back with the super kick before Joe shoulder blocked him down. Joe telegraphed a back body drop. This led to Penta sending him to the floor with a drop kick. Joe sidestepped a baseball slide. Penta caught him with the sling blade on the floor, which looked nice. Then the two got into a chop battle on the floor before Joe ran Penta into the barricade. More chops. Joe poked Penta in the eyes. Penta sent Joe into the barricade. And we got the tables getting pulled out. A table was pulled out. And this was right before the commercial break. Joe avoided a Penta double stomp, dropped him with a back elbow. Penta fought out of a chin lock. The match kind of slowed down a little bit. Joe slowed the pace down, knowing how Penta works. Joe shut him down, locked on some submissions, some combination strikes, a knee drop for a near fall by Samoa Joe. Joe hit his corner splash with the Enziguri. Penta fought out of a muscle buster. Then he starts making a babyface comeback here. Penta hit a backstabber out of the corner. Penta then booted Joe in the face. Jumped right into a power slam, waiting for him by Samoa Joe for a near fall. Joe's got an excellent looking snap power slam. Penta lit up Joe with some strikes. This was before he landed a super kick in the corner for a near fall. Penta landed a pair of kicks. Another near fall. Went for the arm snap. Joe muscled out of it. Landed some big combination moves. Senton. Near fall. So Penta then sent Joe out to the floor. Kick and a dive. Penta went for another dive, but Joe did his signature sidestep, and this sent Penta crashing through the table that was on the outside. Penta kicked out of the cover when Joe put him back into the ring. He had Fear Factor set up. Joe flipped Penta into a rear naked choke, and that was enough for the submission, and Samoa Joe goes to the finals against Roddy on Dynamite to see who wrestles MJF at Grand Slam at Arthur Ashe Stadium. Good stuff. I just like the other match better with Darby and Roddy.
Yeah. I mean, one has to be better than the other, sure, you know. But again, the match had purpose. The match had meaning.
Yep.
They're building multiple stories. They're getting MJF a challenger, and it's seemingly on the two of the reasonable challenges he's gonna get has story attached to him. Can't be mad at this. Plus, right now, as it sits, MJF can work heel or babyface, and it won't change a single thing about his gimmick right now.
Yeah.
So I'm loving it right now, and as it pertains to this part of the show, yeah, I like it, man.
Yeah, this was good stuff. Tale of 2 hours here. The first hour was completely irrelevant and non-existent. Second hour, more like the collision that we signed up for. So hopefully we see better days on Saturday night. I don't know how often Jesse and I are going to be here, depending on the show and how important the show is. Not going to cover it every week, especially with the summer still reeling here and the weather still beautiful. But we had you tonight, and we are glad that you spent your Saturday
I'm going to
with
make
us.
Cat Eyes do a shot now.
There you go.
Hi.
We are glad that you guys joined us on this Saturday night. We're going to get into the super chat so Jesse can continue his Crown Royale festivities.
Get out of the fucking camera because your shirt don't match the background. Now she's over there choking.
Oh my God, man. Anyway, guys, follow us on social media at JD from NY206, Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, Cameo. Follow Jesse on Twitter at ChyTownSmark. Also, follow his YouTube channel. Link is down below in the description at the very top. Just click on his name. It'll take you right to his channel. Tonight's show sponsored by DraftKings. If you guys are going to be watching the NFL tomorrow for opening kickoff, make sure you guys sign up. DraftKings, download the app. Use the promo code JDfromNY. Bet $5 and get $200 in bonus bets instantly. So make sure you guys sign up, man. And also hit that subscribe button down below. Turn on the bell for notifications. And make sure you guys go check out all the other content on the YouTube channel, man. I may have something for you tomorrow depending on what there is. If not, I'll see you live on Monday. Brandon James, go Cowboys, KC MVP, Dak Prescott. It's quite the name there, brother.
Wow.
9 months. 9 months, he's an OTS VIP. Thank you, man. No message. Michelle with the $2 super chat. Darby Christian feud looks promising. OTS for life. Anything Christian Cage does looks promising.
Oh, yeah.
Tribal Chief with the $2 super chat. JD, watching you from the hospital. I'm OTS for life. Hopefully everything is all right, brother. Keep me posted. A Thun with a $10 super chat. Over here drinking some Three Philosophers. Fantastic beer. You know it, man. JD, if you're in the market for some kick-ass metal, check out Scar Symmetry. Their new album dropped in June, and I think you'd like them. I used to love Scar Symmetry, man. I'm more of a illusionist Scar Symmetry fan. I ever since they got rid of their old singer Christian, they were never the same. But there were a lot of albums that came out yesterday, man. Silosis, I'm a big fan of Silosis, a UK thrash metal band. They got a new album out. Cryptopsy, death metal new album, and Dying Fetus, new album for you metalheads out there. So go check that shit out. Jonathan McArdle with the 1999. Can't wait to get home and watch AEW and drink on my Knob Creek. Sounds like a good deal to me, Jonathan. Thank you, brother.
Enjoy your knob, bro. Enjoy your knob.
Yeah, enjoy your knob, yeah. Jacob Donnelly with a $5 super chat. Collision needs more Larry the dog. That beautiful pup will surely brighten things up. What a handsome man that Larry is. I'm gonna miss that Larry, bro. What a handsome boy that is. Jared Howard with a $2 super chat and a $2 super chat. JD, are you going to pull for UGA? Go Dogs, go Braves. UGA? I don't watch college sports, brother. Couldn't give a shit. Also, all my dogs said, screw it, we're going to Philly. I'm assuming for WrestleMania. I will be there. In some way, shape, or form, in some aspect, I will be there.
You going to WrestleMania?
No. I can't leave that payday. I need to be home for that. So.
Cool.
Beyond the Script with a $9.99 and a $1.99. What's up, JD and Jesse? About 11:30, just got here. I forgot what having fun is like. Went to casino, won some money, had some beers, and they had a great live band. Too much work. Love y'all and OTS. Sounds like a good night, man. I don't know why you're here.
Yeah. Yeah, me either.
Beyond the Script also says, JD, do you know anyone that can make badges for YouTube? Brother, if you need anything like that, man, go on Fiverr. There's a ton of artists on there, man. That's where I usually get my shit done. Like for something small like that, turnaround's quick, couple of hours, couple of days even. You'll be good to go. XXXXXX with a $2 super chat. Rank based on wrestling, Jade, Tamina, and Marina Shafir.
Jade, Shafir, Tamina. That's actually pretty easy, man.
Yeah, I'd have to go with that.
That's pretty easy.
I'd have to go with that, yeah. MGM Ballin with a $49.99. Doesn't let me send a whole typed out chat. I'll just leave this here. It says, drink up, Jesse.
We're at the end of the show. I'll do another one for you.
There you go. You get 2 for the price of 1, Ballin'.
2 for 1, man.
Joseph Taylor with a $2 super chat. JD, Jesse, my vice is watching your videos.
Oh, his vice is watching.
Thank you, Joseph.
Oh, by the way, Kratos wants to run a Crota with us on Tuesday because I told him that we did ours on Tuesday.
Okay.
Let's run another
Oh,
one.
being that I know what I'm doing and I led us to victory on, what was it, a couple days ago, man? No problem.
Once again.
No problem, man.
This
I
guy's
am
telling
the
the polar
guardian
opposite
that
of the
will lead
truth.
you to victory, man. Just like I led Rage and Jesse to victory for Crota's End.
I Sherpa that fucking raid for us.
Who?
Including the fucking retards that joined us. That
Oh, man, there were some fucking half-witted idiots there, man. My God.
Jesus.
Man, you should have
dude.
seen the team I was with yesterday, man. We did this shit in literally an hour and 15 minutes, man. This was the smoothest run I think I've ever had in any raid.
Right. Did you see the 3-man full raid?
No.
They got a 3-man full raid done.
I'm sure it's possible. It's an easy
Bro.
raid.
Bro, they cheesed the bridge again.
Of course
They already broke it. They broke the bridge for Crota already.
Of course they did.
They broke it. You throw a strand orb across the bridge, throw a grapple to it, and then you can pull 2 people across with that strand, and you don't need a sword. You can get 2 people across without a fucking sword or chalice.
I'm sure Bungie's gonna fucking look at that and patch it. That's just way too easy, especially
They
for mastered
broke
Crota.
They broke it. You don't need a fucking sword or a fucking. They gotta fix it because you don't need a sword or a chalice to get across the bridge. They already broke the fucking bridge, man.
Scott Woodford with a $4.99. El Hijo del Vikingo. Just saw him wrestle at the Mall of America. Really? So
Wait,
he's
you
not
saw
hurt.
a dude,
He's not hurt.
A
then.
dude in a mask.
So is he hurt?
You saw a dude in a mask wrestle at Mall of America.
Beyond, I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. I didn't know there was a wrestling show at the Mall of America.
Why is Vikingo wrestling at Mall of America and we're getting unnamed masked idiots on fucking Collision?
I have no idea. Beyond the script, he says, "Where is Jason Barker?" I don't know, man. He took the night off.
He's out drinking and enjoying himself.
He's enjoying his Saturday night. That's where he is.
All right.
Will Chisholm with a 15 in super chat. It's crazy how when AEW started the Finns was like a whole family. Now it's difficult. I'm not saying it's Punk's fault. I'm not saying it's the Elite's fault either. It's just sad. The way Tony talks about booking the TV shows, it feels very Vince. We'll get by with the TV shows and let our wrestlers bail us out on pay-per-view. Yeah. That's his mentality.
It's different. It's not the same as when it started.
No. Justin Smith with a 23 months. I think Danielson chatted with TK after All Out's media scrum. There was some nice story progression on Rampage and Collision to build Grand Slam. Yeah, because they had the tournament take place on Rampage. That's why. Nothing else on Rampage meant anything. It was just 2 tournament matches. Will Chisholm with a $5 super chat. I could be crazy, but I feel like whenever Jade becomes a free agent, I see WWE breaking the bank to get her because they will see money with her. Now, what do you think about that? What do you think about it, Justin?
I don't know about breaking the bank, but I can definitely see them making a play for her. She does seem to fit the WWE mold as far as the women's division goes.
Huh.
And I can see them trying to make money on her in a Charlotte Flair match, too.
Yeah. Mr. Premium with a $5 super chat. Just saying hello to the beautiful OTS faithful. I hope Samoa Joe gets a world title reign with AEW at some point. Hope all is well, JD and Jesse. Thank you, Mr. Premium. Chris Bell with 16 months. He says Ronald Acuna Jr. for MVP. Absolutely. Krauser with the $2 super chat. I pulled a $700 Umbreon from the $5 Evolving Skies pack. Bro, I checked into Evolving Skies Pokemon, man. A booster box is going for like $480, man. No way.
He doesn't say pack. It says $5 Evolving Skies.
Yes, that's Evolving Skies is the name of the Pokemon set, and that's the $5 packs.
So you found another nerd just like you.
Yeah.
Okay.
And Metalhead for Life with 20 months in the OTS venue, man. Thank you so much, brother. No message. That's
Jim
it.
Ross left AEW do with his health? He was here tonight.
Jim Ross was on commentary tonight. What are you talking about?
Jason Hires says Jim Ross left AEW due with his health. Okay.
Jim Ross walked out AEW because his leg. Bro, he can't even put together a fucking proper sentence. You're gonna fucking take this guy's word?
How did he walk out if his leg hurt? Guy.
Maybe Keith Lee did some magic, bro, and he fucking made him disappear. I don't know.
Maybe Mr. Miyagi came and did like the
You know, the wizarding world of Keith Lee, man. It's a powerful thing. Anyway, guys, we're getting out of here. We appreciate you joining us on your Saturday night. Jesse's going to do another shot of Crown. I don't know what else he's got going on for the evening, but I appreciate you being here, man. Thank you guys very much. Follow me on social media at JDfromNY206, Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, and Cameo. Hit that subscribe button down below. Turn on the bell for notifications. Go check out all the other content on the channel. NFL's tomorrow, guys. Make sure you download the DraftKings Sportsbook app. Use the code JDfromNY. Bet $5 and get $200 in bonus bets instantly. And go check out all the other content on the channel, guys. Plenty of it for you. If you missed any of the content, Metalhead for Life for the $4.99 says keep it up with a super emoji con. And I'll leave it at that, guys. You may see me tomorrow. You may not. If not, I'll see you live back on Monday for Monday Night Raw right here on Off the Script. I'll see you guys later.
Come on, let us feed it. Blood, I say.